cost $4 million. That's a 200 to 1 cost difference. Iran has already fired more than 1,200 projectiles since the conflict began. The West stockpiles are finite. Can they keep up with Iran's drones? Here's a report.
It is a war being fought in the skies above West Asia. But the real battle is in the numbers. On one side, a $20,000 drone. On the other, a $4 million missile. And right now, the cheap side is winning the maths. Just 3 days into this conflict, the Iran war has turned attritional, which means both sides are grinding each other down. Not through one decisive strike, but through wave after wave of fire. And the side that runs out of weapons first loses. Iran is using a drone called the Shahed 136. Think of it as a small, rudimentary cruise missile, mass-produced and cheap to replace. Since Saturday, when the US and Israel launched their opening airstrikes on Iran, these drones have been hitting US military bases, oil infrastructure, and civilian buildings, right across West Asia. The US and its partners have been shooting them down. They are using a system called the Patriot, one of the most advanced air defense platforms in the world. According to the UAE, the interception rate has been over 90%. That sounds impressive, but here is where the problem begins. Each Patriot missile costs $4 million. Each Iranian drone costs just $20,000. That is a 200 to 1 cost difference. Every time the West fires a Patriot to bring down a Shahed, it spends 200 times more than Iran spent to launch it. This is not a new problem. Western military planners faced exactly this in Ukraine. Cheap weapons chewing through expensive stockpiles. But in this conflict, the scale is far more alarming, and the clock is already ticking on both sides. Iran has fired more than 1,200 projectiles since this conflict began. Many, perhaps most of them, Shaheds. Experts suggest Iran may be holding its heavier ballistic missiles back deliberately, saving them for a more sustained, more damaging phase of strikes. Iran was estimated to have around 2,000 ballistic missiles, even after last year's conflict with Israel. Its Shahed supply is likely far larger. The US supply is a different story. The Patriot interceptors the West relies on, specifically the PAC-3 variant, are not easy to replenish. Only around 600 PAC-3 missiles were manufactured in all of 2025, according to Lockheed Martin, the manufacturer. Yet since Saturday, thousands of interceptors have most likely already been fired across the region. The numbers simply do not add up. The US does have other options. Saudi Arabia and the UAE operate the THAAD. THAAD is designed to intercept faster, more advanced missiles at the edge of the atmosphere. But at $12 million per missile, it is even more expensive than the Patriot. It will not be used to swat down cheap drones. This conflict is not just about who fires the most. It is about who can afford to keep firing. And right now, the $20,000 drone is putting up a strong fight against the $4 million missile.